Okay, so Teresa May resigns. She is due to step down June 7th. And I'm like, what in the cottage cheese is going on over there? So she says that she was not, well, I don't think her resignation is completely that, but it could be. She wasn't able to deliver Brexit, so that was a huge blow. And she resigns. What is the UK going to look like? Because she couldn't do the Brexit deal, which, I mean, she said Brexit was going to happen anyway, fine. But we needed a deal before we left the European Union, because this is going to cripple the economy of certain industries, or hell of a lot of industries, actually. So, what is it going to look like post-May? And is this all just about Brexit? Does she really just feel that defeated? So let's start there. Is this just about Brexit? Is this just about Brexit? What's behind your resignation? Burdens. 10 of Wands. Page of Wands. I think the news on the action, so far, yeah. So far it's about that. Queen of Swords. That is you. 9 of Wands. That uphill battle. It was just a little too uphilly. 8 of Wands. There's the communication and the swift action. So this was not, your plan wasn't accomplished. 7 of Wands. Defending. 5 of Pentacles. That's in the fear, which is the reality. Thrown out in the cold. Your hopes was for a position of strength. A better position for the UK after leaving the EU, that you would be more financially secure for the future than you are. 8 of Pentacles. There's the work, your job. We'll probably get the 8 of Wands. Then we get the Sun. So there is some illumination on what you could not do, but this is more along the lines of this what do you call it? Repetitive thing. It wasn't getting anywhere, and you saw that. Doesn't mean you need to resign, but, you know, to each his own. You saw that you keep going for a vote, fail, vote, fail, vote. So it's just, it wasn't going to change. You saw that. Your word of warning, moving on. Your word of solace would be the truth and clarity. So victory. Your outcome, I have 2 cards here. Did I miss one? Nope. Page of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles. So there was a sabotage of your vote. 10 of Pentacles would be your structure, and the 10 of Pentacles would be your structure, your parliament, and then the Page of Swords would be your inside man. More than likely Farage. So you were never going to win that battle, but they thought you were the best option at the time, so I think you should have stuck in there. But whatever. So, what is it going to look like post-May? Got the Fool. Something just begins. Knight of Cups. The idealism sets in. So someone with a slick game. Four of Swords. A period of pause. A period of... I don't get pause. That's... When I get the card, it's more along the lines of... What's the opposite of restoration? Not destruction. I don't want that. It's like a decaying. A slow decline. That's what I want. Because when you... I equivocate it to like an anesthesia. Because the Four of Swords is about a rest. But it usually shows a person in a tomb, which is sort of indicative of a deep sleep. Not necessarily a coffin, but more along the lines of like a vampire in a tomb. You're just going in for a deep sleep, a hibernation, and a recharge. So the four that I'm getting here is, it's a slow descend into a deep sleep. A pause, a rest, but it's a drag, like an anesthesia. So we go from, so the person with the slick game brings about a slow, not decline, but yeah, I'll just go with that. Just a slow decline. It does affect the world. It does affect the world. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I have to look at something. I'm awful. Okay. Okay, never mind. So it does affect the world, not just you all. There's the Fool again. So we have a fresh start. Back to the Four of Swords, the four people in there, but we have that slow decline is what I feel. It's a slow decline into something that just sort of stagnates the rest of the UK. Because your economy is about to change now. For all of those, you know, who wait on the trials and the tribulations of the rapture, your world government failing and your world economy failing, there you go. Trump starting tariff wars and tax wars and crumbling our own economy. And then here comes this. And then the waiting on the money with the Seven of Pentacles. So the waiting on the harvest, waiting on the greener pastures. And your time of sort of, not plenty, but you're just waiting on your harvest. It's your Nine of Wands, uphill battle with the Fool. So this is going to be a hard climb back to the top because you have the slow decline. Queen of Swords is in the fear. That's my Teresa May card. And Five of Pentacles is in the hopes. Five of Pentacles is a card of hardship. But it's a card of throwing out what is not welcomed. So if the UK did vote for Brexit and this was not some sort of Putin hatch job like over here, you're going to get what you want. Eight of Pentacles, working. And then the Chariots. There's some victory and triumph. So whoever is in after her that brings about the slow decline does bring some victory in their own job. The Moon, your word of warning. Everything is not clear. And there has to be a seeking of your own answers. You're not going to get them completely from your own government. The Lovers. That's interesting. It's your word of solace. The Lovers is people who are aligned with the same beliefs. Which, if, like I said, if you did indeed vote for Brexit, you're going to get what you want. And you are aligned with those who believe as you do, and it seems that you are in the majority. The outcome post-May. Nine of Cups. This is one or two things. It's wishful thinking, or it is you get what you desire. So let's do the clarifier. Nine of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. So that's your methodical knight. This is the one who brings the money news. So you may be in a better position post-May. But you have to climb the hill first. Because there is a slow decline to a place of halt. Because she couldn't get the deal done. So, if the UK is crippled, and the US is crippled, and China is not, North Korea is not, and then Russia is not, that should say something to anyone who cares.